Hi there, and this is Looping Mabel's Closet and my name is Jane, and in today's video it's all about my headband that I am wearing, and I just thought I'd share with you how I make mine. So before I get on to how I make these headbands, what is Mabel wearing? Mabel is beautifully draped in this gorgeous green dotty crepe fabric that has been gifted to me from Felicity Fabrics in return for a blog post. And I am wearing my white, obviously, ruffle sleeve top by In the Folds, which you can download for free from the Peppermint magazine, and I've just done a bit of a hack to the neckline because I prefer a higher neck. The original has the V. I'll pop a picture up of me wearing it so you can see, and this is also part of my module that I did with Whitney and Carla, Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery and Carla from Stay Stitching. They did that lovely sewing challenge where you created a module using 2 bottoms, 3 tops and a topper, and this was one of my tops. Absolutely brilliant sewing challenge that was, and I'll put the details for both Whitney and Carla's YouTube channels as well in the box below. And I'm also wearing this beautiful plaited fabric necklace that lovely Lynn bought me when we met for coffee. My lovely sewing friend Lynn, we just met over on Instagram and we met for coffee, and she brought me this, and it goes with absolutely tons of stuff in my wardrobe. So thank you again, Lynn. It's absolutely gorgeous. She knows me very well, and she knows my tastes and what I like, which is so sweet of her, and it really does go with an awful lot that I have in my wardrobe, and it goes absolutely brilliant with my 6-piece module as well. So I'm wearing that today as well. So back to today's video, I thought, well, I've got all this nervous energy, what with all this awful coronavirus going on, I need to be doing something. It is really preying on my mind. So I thought, what can I do? Make another headband. And then I thought, oh, I'll share with you lovely people how I make mine. It's absolutely brilliant. 15 minutes max little project, and it's brilliant for using up all your scrap fabrics. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in stages how I make mine. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of other tutorials on YouTube. I used to make these for myself back in the 80s when headbands were all the rage, and then I used to make them for my daughter when she was little. I just made a few weeks ago. I think I'll pop some pictures up of me wearing when I made it with that lovely daisy fabric that I got, and I just thought, oh, I'll just make some more headbands because I like to wear them around the house, keeps my hair out my face, and I think they're quite nice. So I'll show you in stages how I make mine, and it really is super simple. And also I will do a full picture blog post as well over on my blog, and then if you need to look at pictures, and I'll write all the instructions down as well. Sometimes it's nice just to read and refer to them. So first things first, you need to get your scrap fabric box out, and you need to measure your head. So you just get your tape measure and you just put it around your head, up past your ears and to the top of your head, and then take your measurement, and then mine is 24. I must have a big head, and then you minus an inch. So once you've done that, then you decide on how wide you want your headband. Now mine is quite wide, but you can go as narrow as you like, or wider. In fact, you could make it wider, that, you know, like a really proper 1940s, 1950s style width. This one I'm wearing, it was 24 inches. And then I deducted the 1 inch, and it's 8 inches wide. So whichever you decide, then obviously make a note, and you need to cut your fabric twice. So I've got some of this gorgeous bamboo type of floral jersey, which I got from Laura, Material Girl Laura, and I've got quite a bit left. I made a t-shirt out of this, and quite a bit left, enough to do a headband. So obviously get your scrap fabric, and you need to take your measurements for your head, and you need to cut your 2 pieces of the measurements that you've chosen. So mine is 23 inches long by 8 inches wide, and you need 2 of them. So then once you've got your 2 pieces cut out, you need to obviously put right sides together, give it a little bit of a press, and then just stitch all the way down. I just use, you can use lightning stitch or a zigzag stitch, and you just stitch all the way down. So press them, pin them, and stitch down both long sides of your pieces to form 2 tubes. So I've stitched my 2 pieces together and turned them through, and I've given them a press, and you just need to press so the seam is running down the back of them both. So I'm just going to go over to the overhead camera on my cutting table and just show you how to position your 2 pieces just to create the knot, the twist knot on the headband. Okay, so I've got my 2 pieces, so you just need to lay them flat on your surface with the wrong side up. So you've got the seam facing upwards, and you take your second piece, and again you lay it crisscross with the seam facing upwards on the other piece, and you just take one piece and flip it over to the opposite side, and then you just take your second piece and just join it to its other side. So you've got the 2 short ends joining each other, and then just bring all 4 pieces together like so. So we've got 4 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4. So first of all, we're going to pin number 2 and 3 together. We're going to pin it lower down. So number 2 and number 3, pop a pin into those 2 pieces, but just away from the seam. So just pop a pin in number 2 and 3. And then we're going to pin number 1 and number 2 together. So pop a pin in pieces 1 and 2. We're going to bring piece number 4 up and around to the front and turn it so the right side is now facing, and put number 4 to piece number 1, right side's facing, and pin those 2 pieces together. So you've got number 4, number 1 pinned together, number 1 and number 2 pinned together, and number 2 and number 3 pinned together. And now we're just going to sew. So pieces number 4 and number 1 and pieces number 2 and number 3, we're going to sew them along the top, and you can just use a straight stitch for this. So I've got my 2 ends stitched together, and you can trim them off a little bit if you want, and all you do is flip your piece over so you've got the 2 underside pieces facing each other, and I just have one folded one way and one folded the other, and I just put the seams together. So just line up your seams, both seams on the outside, and the joins are hidden in a sandwich, and then you just sew straight stitch down your seam line there just to sew both pieces together. So I've just literally stitched down that seam, and that's your knot headband using your scraps, and obviously make them as wide or as thin as you want. And that's how easy it is to make your knot turban headband. As I say, make it as wide or as thin as you want, and obviously brilliant for making for children, and even cute as anything on babies if they'll keep them on their heads long enough, that is. And I just think it's a brilliant way of just using up a tiny bit of your scrap that would probably otherwise be left in your scrap box. Shall I try this one on? Excuse messy hair, that's the only thing when you wear a hairband. You get the hair mess. I think this will go quite nice with what I've got on as well. goes quite nice. So just a quick little tutorial just to use up some of our nervous energy that we've all got going on at the minute. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you're going to make some, and do you have a way of making your knot headbands different to me? Please share, and as I say, I'll do a full picture blog post as well with all my measurements and the instructions that I did for mine if you fancied going over there to have a read as well. Hope everybody's keeping okay. I'm sure there's lots of sewing and knitting and crochet going on while we're all stuck at home, and I've got loads of things to keep me occupied. So thanks for joining me today. Hope everybody's fine, stuck at home, and please take care, and I'll see you on the next vlog.